What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is going to cover my newest rank 3 7-star, one of my favorite champions, 7-star Apocalypse. Let's just jump right into some Necropolis gameplay because this is the best place I feel it is appropriate to show him off, at least initially on my channel. So that's exactly what I'm going to do, is I'm going to show him off in Necropolis because boy oh boy, do I love me some Apocalypse in long-form content. So, this is Necropolis Hitmonkey, if you were not aware. And instead of getting hit here, I'm actually going to try and throw some specials and not lose 20% of my health from a single hit from Hitmonkey. That would be bad. So, the name of the game here is building up my debuffs from the Special 1 and then the Special 2, locking them in with the Special 3, and going crazy with the Special 1 spam. Of course, I don't want to take any more damage than I need to. But to build up that evade counter, you know, some sacrifices have to be made. Alright, so there's the Special 2. I almost have the full evade counter. Okay, we're close. We're getting there. Maybe by the time I get to Special 3, we'll have it. The difficult thing is, when you're preventing it so much, it's hard to get the final couple of triggers, so... it's fine. Now, we're at Special 3. We're doubling the potency of all of our debuffs, so the weakness goes to 50%, the concussion goes to 70%, and then the damage over time effects have double the potency as well. So now, we just spam Special 1. Yeah, he's not even getting the Assassin's Cunning anymore. But longtime fans of the channel know just how much I love Apocalypse. One of my favorite champions just in general. He was my first 6-star rank 4. He was also my first 6-star rank 5. So, Apocalypse and I, we go way back. We've got some history. That damage over time is 5,000 damage per second. We're dealing 27,000 damage per hit of the burst damage. Yeah. Fantastic. And maybe we'll get the evade counter fully countered. Maybe we won't. Doesn't really matter. We have 80% of it down and a 70% concussion on Hitmonkey, so it's very unlikely that he evades anymore. He might once or twice, but yeah. Yeah, like see... oh, there it is. There's 90%. Okay. One more and we got 100. There we go. All right, 100%. Perfect. So now Hitmonkey just cannot evade anymore. No more evade. And that goes for the rest of the quest. No other character is going to be able to evade Apocalypse anymore, at least if they have normal amounts of ability accuracy. If they have increased ability accuracy, then they will be able to evade, but for most normal characters, they won't. 40,000 burst damage per hit now from the Special 1. Just crazy stuff. Gonna go for the relic here. Bait this Special 2. Yeah, look at that. 40,000 damage. Man, good grief. And just constantly having those degen and poison ticks. 44,000 damage per hit. My goodness, man. That Strife synergy is working wonders. $47,000, man. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. I can definitely see people taking 7-star Apocalypse into the Mutant Necro Challenge and using him with Strife, because getting results like this, pretty nice. 50,000 damage per hit. 300,000 damage during that special one. That is crazy, man. That's crazy. Not to mention our basic hits are dealing like 11,000 when they crit. Definitely not bad. Alright, is that the ceiling, or are we still going up? We're still going up, man. 54,000 damage. My goodness. So this is full synergy, but there are no boosts here. This is just Apocalypse with the synergy mates. My goodness. I haven't turned off the root from the node. Okay, so now we've hit the ceiling. 54,000 damage is the ceiling for Apoc's burst damage with class advantage and the strife synergy. So that is the ceiling for Apoc's burst with those two factors. Man, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, I've just effectively turned off the root, which is very funny. There it is. Yeah, he's like 2 special ones away from dying, pretty much. Or 1 special 2. Yeah, maybe I go for a special 2, finish him off. I think that's going to be a lot cooler. Yeah, this should be the end of Hitmonkey. Yep. There he goes, man. Necropolis Hitmonkey just destroyed by Apocalypse in just over 6 minutes. Not too shabby. Now, let's jump into some smaller content to see what his damage looks like in potential story-esque content. You know, just hop into some Realm of Legends for a jolly old time. Yeah, Apoc is a ridiculous 7-star, man. He's going to be so useful in basically every piece of content as a 7-star. The only thing that was preventing Apoc from being used as like a consistent Alliance War attacker or a defender is he was locked to being a 6-star for years. So now that he's finally a 7-star, yeah, he is going to regain some dominance that he had lost originally from being rarity locked. 1 special 1 alone, and Winter Soldier's already down halfway. Just crazy. 1 single special 2, and he should just die. Yeah, I don't even need a full combo. Yeah, he's gone. Jeez, man, look at that. Oh, man. Yeah, Apoc. Apoc. 39 seconds. Yep. He's pretty nuts, man. I am just so thrilled to have him. Probably down the line, I could see myself taking Apoc to rank 4. I don't think he'll be my next mutant rank 4. Because if you look at my mutant class, I've got the Onslaught up at rank 4, obviously. But then my rank 3s, I'm torn between Dust, Mr. Sinister, and then Apoc. It would be one of those 3. If I awakened my Professor X, I would also definitely consider taking Professor X up, but I wouldn't take him up on Awakened. I really would want the dupe. But I've really fallen in love with Dust. I love Mr. Sinister, and then obviously Apoc is an OG king. You know, he's an OG favorite of mine. So it would be a tough decision, and yeah, I almost want like a, you know, down the line somewhere, there's like a 3 to 4 random gem in some future content, who knows. And I get Mutant, so then I can take up one of those gems, because I would like to take up another Mutant sooner rather than later. I think my next rank 4 will be Spiral, and then probably after Spiral I take up Serpent. Or, you know, if I can get myself a Spider-Woman from the new Titan Crystal in June, I want to take her up to rank 4. So I definitely have options. Like, there are champs I want to take up for sure. Apoc is not at the top of that list, but he's on the list. So Captain Marvel is immune to poison, so we're not going to get the max benefit from the burst damage. But it probably doesn't matter. Like, she'll probably either be dead or close to dead from this special 2. Yeah, she's at 10% health, so all I need to do is combo, and 1 hit of the special 1's going to take her down. Yeah. 3 to 4 bars of power, and most opponents are going to die from Apocalypse at this power level. It's pretty ridiculous, man. It is pretty ridiculous. Not to mention, something that I think a lot of people have overlooked but are starting to realize now. Apocalypse has that synergy that allows him to start each fight in a quest with max genetic code. which is an incredibly powerful synergy. It takes away his ramp up. It makes him as powerful as he can be at the start of the fight. It is ridiculously strong. One of those synergy members is Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister just got an incredible buff. And Mr. Sinister is now a 7-star. Well, he's not available anymore. He was available during the Saga chase for Mr. Sinister as a 7-star when that was happening back, last year. But even then, 6-star rank 5 ascended Mr. Sinister is incredibly powerful. So now having that duo be, I don't want to say equally as powerful, but having very similar power levels. You know, a max charge APOC versus a Mr. Sinister. You know, I don't want to say they're exactly the same because they're definitely not, but they're very similar in terms of power level, I feel. So having Mr. Sinister as a synergy partner that is not just for synergy, like he's actually going to be an effective attacker, it's very nice. And it makes it all the more worthwhile for me to want to rank up Apocalypse because of how good Mr. Sinister is now. We'll do a couple more fights in Realm, and then we'll probably call it a day. You know, APOC, I don't need to show him off in too much content because he's the same in every piece of content. Like, you're going to do roughly the same thing. If you're in content where you're boosting and you have, like, power back boosts, you probably just want to go straight to the Special 2, like in Alliance War. But in story content, questing content, in Everest content, you want to go for Special 1, Special 2. And then if the health pool is any bigger than like 1,000,000, you want to go for a Special 3 to lock in those debuffs and then start spamming your Special 1. But man, look at that, dude. That was like 250,000 damage from that Special 2. Just crazy. I'm so happy APOC is back as a 7-star. I really do think there's going to be an Apocalypse Renaissance in, like, Alliance War specifically. I think he's going to dominate there once again with power back boosts. And then in questing content, if you pick up APOC as a 7-star, man, he's going to push so far. He's going to get you so far in questing content. He's just so useful. So much utility just baked into the kit. He's the only champion in the game that can go immune to Disorient. There is no other character in the game that has that ability. So right then and there, that's just craziness. He can also go immune to Bleed and Incinerate. He can stop Evade. He reduces the opponent's Purify ability accuracy by 100% flat at the start of the fight. I don't think it's flat necessarily. Like, it's not a flat 100% because it can be bypassed with increased ability accuracy. But yeah, it is a 100% reduction. So any tenacity or shrugging ability that an opponent has, as long as there's no increased ability accuracy, APOC's going to shut it down. So yeah, man, I think that's where we're going to call it. We don't need to really do any more fights. I'm so happy APOC is a 7-star. I love APOC. He's one of my favorite characters in the entire game. We have a very storied history of pulling him from the featured 6-star like 5 years ago. And then, like I said, he was my first rank 4 6-star. He was my first rank 5 6-star after Eternity of Pain. And I think he was my second ever Ascended 6-star as well. So I love APOC, and I'm really happy to see him as a 7-star. I can't wait to see more people rank up APOC to rank 3, rank 4. I believe my buddy Simula is planning to take his Apocalypse to rank 4, so check out his channel if you want to see some rank 4 APOC gameplay. But that's going to do it for this video. Just a short little showcase, one Necropolis fight, and then some Realm of Legends fights with my new rank 3 APOC. If you liked the video, and I really hope that you did, please consider subscribing and also hitting that like button. Both of those things are incredibly helpful for the channel, and I would really appreciate it if you could do that. Once again, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.